So if any of you guys listened to last week's episode, you heard me discussing that I felt like there was something in my house, like someone had walked up behind me and it scared me, like ghosty wise. If you didn't listen, it's just there's just a ghost that is not something that it's not my pickle Rick that I know.
No.
It was something else.
You can feel it too.
Yeah. So on Wednesday this week, we have a house cleaner who comes every other week, and I always leave the house so she can get things done. And she shows up, and I ran out to run some errands and came back. And instead of going in the house because she wasn't done yet, I decided to just like come into the garage. I had bought soil to garden. I was just like open the garage,
Just
but I was in here puttering around.
Yeah.
I was on the phone to my older sister, as I always am, and she was actually telling me that they were having some weird stuff happen in their house where there was a distinct knocking on the wall that her and her husband both heard in the middle of the night, and they couldn't figure it out. So we were just like, and I was telling her about what was happening with me, and I walk into my pantry to get something, walk back out to the garage, and as soon as I come back out, my house cleaner like comes and opens the door and goes, "Were you just upstairs?" And I was like, "Right now?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "No." She goes, "Did you just get back?" And I was like, "Yeah, like maybe 5 minutes ago." She goes, "So you weren't just upstairs?" I said, "No." She goes, "Is the dog upstairs?" I was like, "No, the dog's at the groomer's." And she goes, "Someone was just walking around your upstairs and messing with stuff. I heard it moving stuff."
Oh my
And I was like, I just looked at her and I was like,
She looks at you.
because obviously this is not something I don't think she's aware of. Like she comes, like she sees our little podcast studio. It's whether she's like interested enough to Google it and like realize what it is. I don't know.
She probably sees so much that it doesn't even like whatever.
But
your
it
business
was
is your business.
She and I are just looking at each other, and I was like, "Yeah." So I did have a feeling. I was just telling my sister actually that there's something in my house, and I don't really know. And she was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear anything." And I was like, I was like, "I'm so sorry." And then she leaves, and I was like, "God damn it, she's never gonna come clean my house again."
And then you called me.
I did. I called Meg. I was like, "Oh my God, you're not gonna believe what happens," because it's one of those like we talk about all the time when someone else experiences something that you've been experiencing. It's like so validating.
It's validating, but then it's like, oh shit.
But especially someone like her who has like no
skin in the game,
no skin, no ties, no.
Yeah.
It just was completely random, and I was like,
as long as it wasn't that mimic I saw upstairs a few years ago.
I know. I just
like that's the only thing.
That-
Like, and it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it's something like that.
I don't know what it feels like. We'll find out. We're gonna turn our ghost tube app on.
Oh man.
As soon as we're getting into everything. But yeah, you guys today we're celebrating. Do you want to say it?
The focaccia that you just made that I shoved down my gullet.
we're planning on having a fun celebratory evening.
Yes, we're celebrating.
So I wanted to make sure we ate.
Celebrate good times.
Come on. But what are we celebrating?
3 freaking years.
3 years, you guys.
3 years.
Holy
That's
shit.
Crazy.
So our anniversary was on May 4th. And this probably won't come out until the Thursday.
Yeah.
Just because.
This week. It's our anniversary week.
Yes. Which is so exciting.
So exciting.
We made it 3 years.
We
Holy
did.
tits.
Holy
And we're still going.
tits. You can't stop us.
No, you can't.
Don't stop me now.
All right. Do you want a joke?
I do want a joke.
So this goes along with what the theme of our episode is, which we'll get into in a little bit.
I wonder
But,
if anybody can guess.
well, I'm guessing they could because the title probably says it.
Oh, shut up, Raina.
I'm just saying. Okay.
Shut up.
This is a long joke, but I promise the punchline is worth it. I
Okay.
think.
Maybe. I'm not going to laugh.
So this is about, so just after Neil Armstrong walks on the moon, he said the famous quote, "One small step, for man, whatever, all the thing."
One giant leap for mankind.
Yep. Before he re-entered the lander to come back to Earth, he made a remark that no one really understood at the time. And this is true. "Good luck, Mr. Gorski."
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Many people thought perhaps Mr. Gorski would have been an old friend or a mentor from the Russian or American space programs, but no records of that name was ever found, and Neil never revealed who it was. Years later, after Neil found out that Mr. Gorski had died, he felt like he could finally answer the question.
Okay.
When he was a kid, Neil was playing baseball with a friend in the backyard. His friend hit a ball which landed in front of his neighbor's bedroom window. His neighbors were Mr. and Mrs. Gorski. As he leaned down to pick up the baseball, young Mr. Armstrong heard Mrs. Gorski shouting at Mr. Gorski, "Oral sex? You want oral sex? You'll get oral sex when the kid next door walks on the moon." Good luck, Mr. Gorski.
Oh, that was good. That was good. We have an intruder.
We do. It's a Mr. Boo Boo
I
intruder.
thought it was a child coming in at first. I was like, go away.
It is the husband, Mr. Boo Boo Edmonds.
Hey,
cracking
boo-boo.
Great effort.
He's cracking a beer. You should go try some of that focaccia I made.
It's bomb.
Cheesy and delicious.
How the fuck are you?
Yeah, the how the fuck are you bread.
I've never thought of it that way before.
Oh, you haven't?
Focaccia.
Oh, he says it all the time. Yeah, he always says that when I
that's
make
funny.
it. I know.
That's funny.
All right.
Wow. 3 years now of me saying
I know.
hello and welcome to Lunatic Soup, the podcast where we go into all things wild, weird, and unknown. We're your host, Meg.
And I'm Raina, ready to rip some lunatic soup.
Let's go.
Yeah. So today is a very exciting cider day. We talked about this before, but this is one of the ciders that I got when I was up on Marrowstone Island or Nordland, whatever, from the, what is it?
Bird and Blossom Cidery.
And we were telling them about lunatic soup and what it means. And she was like, we should name a cider after you guys. And so we're like, okay, lunatic soup. But then Tex, my husband, was like, do you know what you should do? Because it's like bird and blossom. So a lot of their names were like bird or flower themed. He was like, you should have the lunatic be loon, as in a bird, loon. So it's lunatic soup, which is even more fun. So
I love it. I love it so
cannot
much.
remember the flavor profile on this one. I want to say it was like something that I had never had before, but all I know is that it was 9%. It was the highest percentage of alcohol, which is why she said, let's do that. I didn't do it. That's why she said it should be named the lunatic soup, because it will make you look cray-cray. Well, she didn't say that, but I did. Don't look at me like that. I'm having it. Okay, cracking it.
I love that they're hummingbird. I just love the artwork on it.
I know,
It's
so
we have a
pretty.
thing with honeymbirds. Steven got eaten. Well,
Steven didn't get eaten.
But I just put all the hummingbird feeders back up.
Well, who got eaten again?
I believe it was Joey Kramer.
It was a really sad day. A hawk
really
flew down
sad.
and got it and ate it.
It was a chicken hawk.
was
It was
really
not
sad.
a chicken hawk. I just like to say that.
Oh, it was? Huh? I don't know what kind of hawk it was. All I know is that it was
was
very
a falcon.
disturbing. I can still see it in my head. It was very
Pulled
scarring.
the beak off, y'all.
Ugh.
Pulled.
Yeah, you and Tex
the
watched
beak
it. Tex was
off.
just like giggling. Maniacally, like awkwardly, like.
And we're crying,
I was just like,
sobbing.
it was the start of chaos.
I mean,
It really was
It
for a
really
little while.
was.
All right, delightful. All right, well, cheers.
I'm like,
Ooh.
oh,
It's like the perfect tart,
it's very tat.
very tart, but in like our kind of way.
It's real good.
Mm-hmm.
She's really nice. Okay, what are we talking about today?
Hang on, I'm going to get our ghost tube turned on so that we can be talking to our little ghosty friends if they want to.
Man,
Whoever's
who's gonna
here,
talk to-
we'll find out if you want to talk to us. We are here and listening. So today's episode, this is actually Mr. Boo Boo's idea.
It was. We were like, what do we do? We were thinking about redoing one of our favorite episodes, like we did last year. We did Hannah Cran.
Yes.
We redid that.
Please listen, it says.
Oh, well, I hope everyone's listening.
They're telling you guys to listen. Yeah, and then Tex came up with the idea that we should do it about the moon. And so, I mean, because that's honestly where we got our name from was...
We were listening to a show all about the moon, and it was that lunatic soup that did it.
It was the lunatic soup that
and
did
that's
it.
where we found our name, and so we're going to talk about the moon.
Do you have that quote or what it is?
Couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I thought we had a picture of it. I looked. Maybe look through your camera roll. See if there's a picture on it, because there's no picture in my camera roll.
I know that we would have had it in one of our recordings of our first episode where we like said it, but no, but it would have been like us speaking it
Oh, yeah.
or something. But did you see your notes from the very first episode?
No.
Yeah, no. Well, I don't know. I would just assume it's there. If I was a guessing woman, or the second episode where we talked about like.
That's so many episodes ago.
I know. Don't worry about it now. We'll worry about it later.
Okay.
Either way, point of the story is our name came from, for those of you who don't know or new, if you are, we went to see another podcast live show, and it was based on the moon, and it was another like paranormal kind of podcast. And one of the things they talked about was like how the moon like can affect your emotions and makes people crazy. But another thing was about this guy who drank
In London.
London.
He was like really messing up traffic is what it was.
in like the 1800s. He was messing up traffic, and the cops came over to him, and they're like, "What are you doing, dude?" And he was like, "It's the lunatic soup that got me."
Yes.
And then they told us that back in the day, lunatic soup was hard cider, and we shared the love of hard cider together, and that was like we literally looked at each other, we're like, and that is the name of our podcast, and it was like that. It was just like this epiphany moment.
It was. We are
Listen to you. We are.
Well, it said listen.
It said please listen, and then listen to me. Leave now.
It says that all the freak.
Hiding. Who's hiding?
Who's hiding?
I wonder if it's like both of them. It's like two people going back and forth or something.
Maybe.
Leave now. I mean, you can't tell us to leave now. I live here.
No.
You can leave if you want to
I
leave.
mean, I don't live here, but might
Someone's
as well.
hiding. Who's hiding?
Who's hiding? That cider made me pucker. That last was like.
Uh-huh. It is. It's a little sour.
Yeah,
But I like it.
I like it. I
Mhm.
like it. Don't get me wrong. You would get really good with some.
Ball.
I keep saying I still haven't gone and replenished my Fireball. I don't think I've had Fireball in.
My husband brought me some the other day. He brought me, our neighbors had the apple Fireball.
Oh.
Yeah, and he brought me a shot. I didn't take it, but it's somewhere in my house.
I just want to go get the party pack. You get the little party pack, and it's cheaper for the.
Do you want me to see if I can find that little mini Fireball of apple? We'll split it halvesies.
Sure.
Just for fun.
Why
I mean,
not?
let's just make it an angry horror while we're at
You
it.
might as well,
Hang
just
on.
like us.
So now we're gonna add some Fireball apple.
I'm not gonna lie. I love these little Fireballs the most because it's the perfect amount. And when you buy them in the little ones, you don't pay the liquor tax in Washington.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
why it's
crazy.
So much cheaper.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. I'm sure there's some in my freezer somewhere because that's where I keep them.
Wow, that actually just adds because the apple one isn't cinnamony, so it just adds like a
Holy.
sweet apple to it. It's delicious. Ooh, that's a fun one.
Oh,
I'll take an angry
I
whore.
don't think that's called an angry whore though.
No,
because
I
it
don't
has
think
to
so
be
either.
cinnamon. We need a new. I mean, it's a lunatic soup. If you
It's
will.
a lunatic soup, if you will.
If
There
you
it is.
will.
There it is.
It's a lunatic soup.
It'll make you extra lunaticy. All right.
And then after this, we have, we're doing, obviously, you all already know what we're having for dinner. We are having
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yes.
And with,
Oh, I made frosé.
oh my God.
So I have like
you
a
guys.
slushy machine, and I put a bottle of rosé in with some watermelon pucker, some limeade, and fresh lime, and a little agave. And we filmed it for my the social media, and I put them in these huge martini glasses, and we had to put it back to keep it cold while we finish this. But halfway through this, I might have to get it. I'm just
mean,
saying, I want it
We
like
need the
immediately.
Taco Bell. I need it with a chalupa. And,
No, we're
and-
just gonna have regular rosé with it.
Oh, okay.
I want that now.
And we got it because they have those thingies, the cheesy dippers thingies. No, the chicken dipper taco.
Oh, like the smaller things?
Yeah,
They're new?
No, we had them a long time ago.
Oh, yeah,
But I don't know if it's like a taco, but it's like, oh, it's so
The
good.
chicken cantina?
Yeah,
yeah.
that one.
Those ones are
That's
good.
what I want. That's what I want.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, are you going to get us started?
I will get us started. So we all know there's a lot of shit going on with the space right now.
There's a lot going on
Not
up
to
there.
mention Spaceballs 2 is coming out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not.
Oh my gosh, they brought back as much of the original cast as they could.
God, it makes me nervous.
Oh, Rick Moranis is coming back. He
Well,
hasn't acted in forever.
Which is amazing. I just, we know this. Sequels don't always turn out well.
But they did it like Spaceballs 2, ... We need more money. Like,
Yes.
it's all a joke because it's Mel Brooks,
Yeah,
right?
which is
So
great.
It's all a joke. I'm excited. Maybe we could watch Spaceballs tonight.
Yeah, we could do
We could do
Spaceballs. I'd be down for
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Or Mars Attacks.
Oh, God.
Boo Boo's doing some yard work. Look at that man.
He's weed whacking.
He's weed
He's
whacking.
a man.
Yeah, man.
He's not even listening to us. He
No,
just ran away.
he was plugged in.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
headphones on.
He's ignoring.
So what we're going to do is kind of ping pong different little stories about the moon. The first one I have is that
Conspiracy
the
theories.
conspiracy or
Right?
legend or
Or, yeah.
just different things about the moon. The
Yes.
wild, weird, and unknown
About the moon.
about the moon.
Failed.
Yeah, we failed. We
Well,
failed in life.
Thank you, Ghosty.
you guys.
Yeah.
We failed. So the moon, and I've talked about this before. So the theory is that the moon was towed into place and possibly built.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so there's ancient ideas that the moon was placed there. First, it comes from Finland area, is the cosmic egg creation, and some Finnish traditions describe the world being formed from a cosmic egg, and the shell fragments of that egg became the sun, the moon, and the stars, implying that there was a deliberate placement
Okay.
of the moon.
Okay.
And then there's some cultures that say that it was put there. There's the Greek-Roman culture says that Selene or Luna drove her chariot across the sky and put the moon there. Now, there's also the artificial moon,
Yes.
right? So there's Soviet alien spaceship hypothesis that came out in 1970. The Soviet authors Michael Vassin and Alexander Sherbakov. We're going to
There
go
you
with
go.
that. Proposed that the moon might be hollowed out, and I'm going to go more into that later.
Yes.
This is just a little bit.
Please go.
Why are you so aggressive, Mr. Ghosty?
We're not going.
We're not
so
going
unless you're talking
anywhere.
to another ghost, you can tell that ghost to please go, but we're not going. That Edward Cullen is staring straight in my eyeballs right now.
Right. He's The face of a killer. Skin of a killer?
It's a skin of a killer.
Skin of a killer.
Bella.
So we're going to talk more into the hollow moon theory a little bit later, but it talks about how, like, because of certain characteristics of the moon, it's implied that it is more like a spaceship that is sitting there.
Which I love that theory.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fun.
So we have there's also some Native American theories that talk about, or Native American stories, ancient stories that talk about how everything was dark at night. There's no moon. There were no stars. There's a few of them. And like water stayed still. So bodies of water just stayed still. And then they saw this cosmic planet coming in, the moon, coming in and being towed by other things and placed there. And once it was placed there, then the water started to move.
Ooh. I feel like this is very interesting because I think the theories or the stories that I have and this, like, so many of them actually could tie together,
right,
and make sense.
Multiple things could be true.
Yeah, like, well, it just all kind of like can play together as like one big.
Well, what's interesting about this theory is you have ancient people saying like the gods hung the moon in the sky. Then you have the Soviets in the 1970s saying that aliens hung the moon in the sky and that it was brought there. And then you have like, we're all so obsessed with the moon. We're all like, yeah, it could be something. It could be anything.
Could be anything. Yeah, we don't know.
And I'll go, like I said, I'll go more into the hollow Earth. But yeah, that's kind of the basics of it's like, could it be a spaceship?
Yeah.
Could it be put there? Could it be?
Damn. Okay. Yours are very short. I didn't know how to do mine. So we're going to,
some of them are short.
Okay. Mine might be slightly longer. But so the one that I'm going to cover first is the one that you've heard me talk about a million times of whether the moon landing is real.
I knew you were going to go that way.
Well, I feel like I'm going to go that one first because it makes the most sense and it ties into my other theories. It just
with what's going on. Like, we just flew by the moon. I don't want to say we went to the moon.
No, we flew
by the moon.
So I will say, in researching this, because, like, you know, I've never really done my own deep dive on it. You know, you see the things on the internet, you see whatever. So in looking into everything, I was being, like, it made me be like, okay, that does make sense. Okay, this is logical. Like, that we actually did go. And I was like, okay, but there is something in me that just feels like
it's full of shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying we didn't go. I'm just saying that there's more to it.
But you're saying there's a chance.
So, July 20th, 1969.
1969, the year of our Lord.
The year of our Lord. Stop that. My thing.
What did I do?
Yes, more than 60 million people around the world stopped what they are doing to watch the first, the man on the moon.
Our parents both remember.
Yes. Oh yeah, we've
where
seen
they
the
were.
pictures. Yeah, they watched it in class. Like it was a huge
Obviously.
thing.
I mean, it would be a huge thing today.
You're back. Who's back? We're back. I feel like it's two people. So they allegedly, or they did, they went to the moon 6 times between 1969 and 1972. And then
Space race.
We have not been back.
Sputnik.
Potato.
Bunt.
There are a few things that are the obvious things that people will say is like why it's not true. So like how it was recorded.
Right.
That, and you know, they say there's cameras on the side of the spaceship that did that.
I thought that said Meg for a minute when I was looking over.
Yeah.
I thought it said Meg.
But it said wed.
No, thank you. Been there, done that.
There is the theory of, which this one is very debunkable to me. Like when I was looking at it, there's one where it's like, look at the bottom of the astronauts' like shoes and then look at what they stood on. Well, they show you the one of their like the suit, the shoes, not the boots that they wear with the full astronaut suit. Like,
oh, okay.
Like
so
if you look at the
shoes
picture,
go into the astronaut suit.
And when I looked at that, I was like, you could see the boots next to it in the picture of like Exhibit A, and I was like, okay, that one, I don't get it.
Yeah.
The theories on, there's things on the gravity and how if they are actually on the moon, every step should not be like 3 or 4 inches off the ground, should be like 3 or 4 feet.
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah. That part, hotel.
Do I get to go to a hotel by myself?
I don't know.
Because that's what matters.
Maybe. So that one, the flag, how it sat, there's all of those are like big ones that like you can really go into. I went into a bunch of it on like the film, which was really cool for me to like,
because you're
and all of it, and they've had photographers and videographers like break it all down and like for how many frames per second that they had to film it for that and why things looked the way they did. And so all of that was actually like, to me, logical. I was like, okay. I was like, that stuff, I can see why. I was like, that makes sense to me.
So there's reasoning.
There is reasoning. But here are some questions that I still have, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, if we went to the moon in 1969, why can we not go back?
Right.
Allegedly,
Why haven't we gone back?
Or why haven't we gone back? Allegedly, we lost the technology.
What? Is that the reasoning?
Yes, that's what they've said.
That's
I looked up
bullshit.
multiple articles.
No, I
that-
believe
yeah,
you, but
yes.
that's the reasoning they're giving is that
So-
they lost the technology. That is a bunch of horse crap if I ever heard it.
So it was the industrial capacity. Saturn V factories were dismantled. Why am I here?
I don't know.
You wanted to come and hang out with us. I'm Raina. That's Meg.
Hello.
This is my house. We're recording a podcast about fun things about the moon landing. Can you let us know, was the moon landing real? Did the astronauts really land on the moon? We'll find out.
No, thank you.
Behind you, it says.
No, thank you.
Okay. So we've gone there and back 6 times, and then they dismantled everything. Why? Whoa. Why? Why are you saying why when I say why? Well, why do we want to know if it was real? Because we are curious. So the factories that built the hardware are gone. The people who built it are dead. Trash, it says. Okay. So basically, the conspiracy is that NASA has a bunch of money. And after everything happened, they decided to just kill the program. Or Kennedy did, technically.
What are you doing?
We are recording a podcast. It's very chatty right now. Stop, you're
Yeah.
distracting me. So that is basically like, so we've lost all the information, is allegedly.
I didn't know that was
Yes.
the reasoning.
So-
I think that is such a
and-
load of horseshit.
And that to me is the one that really stands out of like more than anything. Of
Right.
like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't at all.
Well, and one of the things that like a bunch of people say is like, you can't lose something that you've already built. Like, how did we lose that? How did that
right,
just
because
disappear?
it's not like it was on one floppy disk.
Well, so now we're really going to go into that because
Okay.
did you know,
Enemy.
Enemy.
It was the enemy.
gosh, did you know that in 2006, a news story broke that said that the original Apollo 11 telemetry tapes had gone missing? So all of the tapes of the moon landing, nobody actually knows where they are. And again,
Like the tapes, as in the video footage that we see.
Uh-huh. They and not just misplaced, they're gone. I went to multiple different like that looked very credible to me, not like The Onion, not like it was like one of them was
Well, I hope it wasn't the enemy.
no, that'd be really fun. So after a 3-year research, NASA's conclusion was that the original highest quality footage of the moonwalk had almost certainly been erased and recorded over in the early 1980s. You're telling me that the biggest thing we've ever done, you just put it in like when, we were kids and you accidentally recorded over someone recorded over the TV show you had been waiting.
Sorry, there's Meg's birth video.
Yes,
gone. Come on, that's really what they're going with. That sounds like the Area 51 with all the aliens. How they kept changing the story.
Well, that's it. And
like it was a wedding
because
it was this, it was that.
Because NASA's running low on phone. Yeah, you're talking to us through our phone.
Phone home.
Yeah, you're talking to us on a phone.
Let's connect with some aliens. Can some aliens come through GhostTube?
Yeah. Also, can you please tell us, is the moon landing real? Do you know if it actually happened? So it literally is like, yeah, because, NASA didn't have any other memory.
I didn't know this at all. I didn't know this
I
at
had heard
all.
this before, but I actually didn't think this part was real. And so, because I was like, heavy on the debunking, because I was like, this is what we're going to do. Or if I'm going to. So these are the 2 things that stood out. And I would love for you to try and go look into it and see if you can debunk me, because you're probably better. I feel like you're the one who researches everything. So my research isn't as good as yours. What is that?
What is that?
I don't know. What is what?
Squirrel. That is fascinating.
So they're saying like they weren't just the backup copies; they were these were the raw, unprocessed recordings, higher quality than anything the public ever saw. The footage the world watched in 1969 was gone forever, converted.
they just taped over it.
Yeah, it's just gone.
Well, Michael Jackson's moonwalk was on TV that night. So they
just were like,
taped
that's
it.
more important. Wrong
Oh
moonwalk.
my god!
Wrong moonwalk.
That blows
So that to me,
my mind.
That to me is the biggest one.
I didn't know you were going to go there. I thought you were going to talk about like the flag.
photography.
Yeah.
I went through that, and there are some things that I still like. There's a couple things. So, like, one of the big things people say is you can't see stars.
Okay.
And so,
but that one I could even think of ways that
well,
you
and
might
so
be able to
so
see,
when
yeah.
I started looking at it through my photography brain, I was like, oh, a lot of times to get the exposure correct, it will white out or black out the background. So I was like, okay, I could see that. They're saying it was during the lunar day. We don't see stars in our sky. It's not the same, but also like, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Right. We don't know what their atmosphere
I don't know.
is like.
So then there's also one of the big things everyone's saying, the radiation problem, which I don't know if you ever heard that there's supposed to be like a big issue with radiation from where they were going to and from, the radiation belts. Again, that's been, there's scientific evidence to why that wouldn't have affected them. Okay. This is just briefly coming through. So one of the stories that doesn't get talked about a ton, that if you land on the moon, you're being like the first human on the moon, you would probably come home just... How do you think you'd come home? How do you feel like you would be?
I don't know if I went out into the cosmos and I looked down on Earth and then I looked at all that was out there. I don't know if I could come back and live my day-to-day life.
I think that looking at what just happened with our astronauts who came back, and they came back, and I have a theory about them that I heard anyways, but they just were like, you guys, the world is so much bigger than this bullshit fighting. They're like looking at it and but with more of a positive view of like, holy shit, we're so lucky. Like we are just this speck, like this insane. A lot of the astronauts who came back were not right in mentally. Really? If you watch their interviews, which I did after, they're very somber. They're very like, you would think you went to the moon. You're like, we just did this huge scientific, like we fucking lived. I was the
hard
first
for
one
them to come back to normal life,
which it might be, but
or were they attacked by aliens?
Were they
probed?
I don't know if they were attacked or probed, but I'm saying they may have seen shit that terrified the shit out of them.
Okay. And couldn't say anything,
and they couldn't
would end up like
and
Admiral
they couldn't
Byrd.
say anything. So. It said that they looked like men attending their own funerals after. That was like a big thing that was said. And when I watched I Want You to Go, no, we're not leaving. You can leave. You were hurting. Oh, gosh. This is what's going on. Do I turn it off?
Yeah, turn it off.
Okay, we're going to turn it off for now because now it's getting weird. Anyway, so, I mean, this has really gone into some, I mean, it goes way deeper. There's also the motive of it was the Cold Wars. This is the theory of, like, why would the government have faked it? No? So President Kennedy made his famous speech on the moon in 1961 with the Soviets already ahead in the space race. They launched their satellite, the first human to orbit. The stakes were super high, and they didn't want to lose getting to the moon to the USSR. Basically, but the conspiracy framing this is that Kennedy promised the moon. The program was behind. The Soviets were watching, did a fake landing to...
I mean, but that
keep
I
the
could
funding
actually
flowing.
Believe.
So can I. And then, so something else that there's like the debunking of this that I don't fully go into, that I don't believe, is they're like, you would have had to have all of the main leaders in the world believing this or like going along with it, I guess. But also like not necessarily, they're like, or all the 400,000 people who worked on it. But if you watch that movie where it's about this, it's like, but did they or could they have done this in a way that was like,
I feel like
literally Secret Squirrel?
If we faked it, they would have faked it.
Right. Then
I feel like that would have been...
Or let's say it did happen, but we're not getting the full story is because, all the leaders had to come together and be like, we cannot tell the public the full story of what happened. So what they showed us is not really what happened. So that is fake. They did go, but they saw some shit or they figured out some shit that they could not tell the public. And that's the theory I kind of have.
Interesting. So they found something up
They
there.
went, but there was more than what we are privy to know. So anyway, so that's just kind of the...
And he's back with the weed whacker.
He's in and out. But so if you guys want to go into your own research on whether it's real or not, you guys can look. There's so many common theories, but those are the ones to me that
these
at the
ones
end
aren't common. The whole shit about they lost the technology.
Right.
Like I believe you that is what they are saying. That is
bullshit.
Such
that's
crap.
And that's what makes me really be like, did they really lost the technology? They lost it.
They just lost it.
Just lost it.
Just poof into the Canadians.
Gone. She gone. So there you go, you guys. There's also a guy who came out right after it in the 70s and said he knows for a fact that it was fake.
Really?
And he was a scientist who worked on it. That always hits me with it. Ever since we've learned that the government shuts people up and makes that people think you're crazy about the aliens, about that, it always just makes me wonder how many whistleblowers come out and then you're like, oh, they're fucking insane.
But I've been wanting to do an episode, but I am actually concerned about talking about this too much.
Yeah.
All those scientists that have either gone missing or have been found dead. Like,
what are they hiding?
That one actually makes me go, That one makes
Whoa.
me put on my tinfoil hat.
That
That one makes me go.
I don't think we need a tinfoil hat anymore. That's not crazy.
Like,
That happened. They're all gone.
they're all gone. Like,
They're dead.
The fact that many professionals, anybody can deal with mental illness. Anybody can deal with things that make them want to not be here anymore. But that many that are professionals in the top of their field, and not all of them were said to commit suicide.
Did a bunch of them die from pneumonia too? Because that's the big,
Or that father and son that just died in a car crash. Or, I'm sorry, plane accident.
Yeah.
And they were both
I didn't know that.
scientists.
I didn't see that
The one lady that was said to have unalived herself, and she was talking about like the aliens from the future and like.
I have theories on it because it kind of ties into some of the stuff I looked at because I came across a Reddit thread and I was like reading all of it and it tied all of this kind of together. Again, I think we shouldn't talk about it because I don't want to be, I don't know.
I don't know. That one is like, I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to flag anything.
That's it. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Anyways.
We could rename them all to Disney characters.
It has to do with them figuring out how we could all have free energy.
Well, that goes down to all of it. That's what all of this
All
is
of it
about.
is.
Everything that's going on right now
is about energy.
That is what it is about. And when I was researching Chris Bledsoe,
yes, we talked about it
that's
then.
what it was about. Everything, we got to watch The Saint, where she actually gets free energy out and she's like,
oh, yeah.
in the Soviet Union. They're trying to get her. And then Val Kilmer is there and like,
oh, Val Kilmer.
Oh my God. But wow, brava. That was fantastic.
I am so glad. I actually feel, you guys, I feel so proud of myself that I gave her something that she.
I'm sitting here with my mouth dropped to the floor.
But also, I'm going to make her now look into it and see what you think and see if I got fed some bullshit, which I could have.
Okay. Well, I still remember one of my high school teachers saying, if you want to research something, find something that you feel is a credible research and then find it 5 more times.
Yeah.
And if you find the same thing 5 times, you can bet that is a credible source.
Interesting. Well, and I wish I would have known that before I did this, but I do think
But you said you found multiple sources.
Well, I don't know that I found 5, but I found at least 3 sources that websites or things that said, because it was the news article that said that they lost the things. I found 3 different things about it. So at least.
That's interesting. All right. So I'm going to talk about the winged creatures and civilizations on the moon.
Cool.
Which this is a story that we actually heard about.
Yes.
Early astronomers really wanted us to have neighbors.
Yes.
Like, they really wanted things.
They wanted us to have
be
some
out there.
besties in the sky.
And there were a bunch of them that went through and said, hey, we got some friends. And they're right next door. They are right there. We have to remember back then telescopes weren't as great. So maybe you could, like, what's up there? What's up there?
What's up?
What is it? So Franz von Paula Gruthisen in the 1820s looked through his little telescope and claimed to see cities on the moon. This freaked him out. He's like, what the hell am I looking at? So he looked up there and whatever telescope he was using, he like fine-tuned it and he thought that he saw cities.
Wow.
So he's looking up there and then he went back. He stopped for a little while and he's like, okay, No. And then he went back and looked again and looked at a different spot. And he said, oh, shit, that looks like roads. That looks like roadways between these different little bubbles that could be cities. And again, he's like, no, silly Billy.
Goose.
Like, no. And so he kind of went away for a little while. And then he went back and he goes, that looks like a fort. Like what we would call a fort. Like something with a defense around this area that you would find as a city. And it looks like there's paths between them, which could be roads. And he decided that there were full cities up there.
Okay.
And he could see them through his telescope. And he believed that they were called lunarians.
Lunarians. I like it.
And he went his entire life.
Yeah.
He went his entire life saying that lunarians live up there, there are cities up there, and he was mocked by his colleagues, but there is a lunar crater named after him.
Oh, well, I love that.
But nobody, he went his whole life believing that there were lunarians up on the moon. Then you have William Herschel, who thought the moon might be inhabited by construction projects that he
Okay.
believed he saw on the surface. So again, he's looking up at the moon and he sees these structures.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how to disprove it. So he tried to not think about it for a little while, went back, and he could never disprove it. So he went his whole life saying, no, there are structures up there. Makes me kind of think of Gerald the dolphin.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
Like, you
yeah,
know
they're
what I
just
mean?
structurally building things on the moon. Maybe he's the alien dolphin flew out of the water and up there. And
So
was-
long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah.
Like,
and then he's like, let's build shit on the moon.
Yes, and then they
Yeah.
came back because they needed something in the ocean.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
He's just in charge of it all. Gerald.
Oh, I thought you said a doll, and I thought we were going to bring haunted dolls
No,
into
in
this.
charge of it all.
Yeah. Robert the doll is involved.
I mean, yeah.
Annabelle.
you know, I mean, we'll
any
just
of
bring in
them.
all the things.
Yeah. My I dropped off my daughter and her friend in Sumner today to go thrifting because there's some thrift
God.
stores. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
That's how I feel too.
I hate thrifting.
That's how I feel too. There's always
Sounds
a
like
certain
my living hell.
smell.
Yes.
And they found this doll that they said was haunted, and they showed it's like a marionette doll, and I'm like, yeah,
Did
get
she
away
buy
from
it?
that. No. And then she sent me a stuffed iguana, like playing a fiddle, and I'm like, you know what? If it wasn't $300, I'd probably buy it.
Yeah, but $300 is where you draw the line.
It's where I draw the line. It's
I
where I
understand
draw the
that.
line.
Mhm.
But if it was a squirrel riding a raven,
Done.
hot damn, or playing a fiddle,
That's
or
that's
having
an
a drink,
investment.
smoking a cigarette.
Well, we made that.
Yes.
He
Where's his
got blue
cigarette?
paint on it.
His
It's
cigarette's
upstairs.
gone.
It's upstairs in
Oh,
my
his
bedroom,
cigarette's-
actually.
Lester, where's your cigarette?
I know.
And your fireball.
We got to re-glue some fireball into his hands.
We should re-glue 2, one on each hand.
Yeah. Didn't we say we should put fake? Well, we need to do something so that we don't have to fuck him up every time we take the fireball.
We'll just rubber band it to his hand.
Yeah, there you go. So we don't pull out his fur.
So then we have the New York Sun in 1835. They ran a series of articles claiming that astronomer John Herschel had discovered life on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And it talked about bat-winged humanoids that were called Vespertilio Homo living in communities up there.
Okay.
They said that when they researched the moon, when they looked through their telescopes, they found herds of bison-like creatures up there. Bison and crystal forest with
Okay.
temples. And
Okay.
they found all of this by going to researchers and going through to astronomers and looking through their telescopes.
Okay.
These were widely popular stories. This went wild.
I'm
gonna
sure.
show you.
Oh, I'm sure it went fucking insane.
Where's this picture? I have a picture. And like these are the type of pictures that it described that.
Yes, I've seen that
yes,
before.
We saw it
Yeah.
at the show.
Is that where? Oh,
Yeah.
that was. I knew I recognized this. I was like,
Yeah.
where do I know this from? Okay.
So they're like it shows like kind of something that you would see from Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yes.
Like a prehistoric wonderland almost.
Mm-hmm.
And there's these humanoid like creatures with bat wings. Not the good term bat wings.
Well, yeah, and at first they look like a pterodactyl, and then now they look like a half goat, half bison, half winged creature. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they're furry.
Furry.
They're like,
they're a little furry.
call it Mr. What the text was calling me the other day, like an asshole. What was
Mr.
it?
Tumnus.
Tumnus. I almost said Templeton.
Templeton.
Wrong T.
Wrong one.
Wrong T.
one. But yeah, so this was a huge story that went everywhere. Like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
there are civilizations up there. And then they were going back to, well, what's his name? Franz von Paula Grusselin talked about it. And he went to his grave, sure of it. And they all made fun of him. And now they're like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Could this be real? And it wasn't. It was all a hoax.
Oh.
It was all a hoax by the newspaper. And they
Good for them. They
eventually
probably
came
sold
out
a
of
shit
they
ton of
they
papers.
did. They
Yeah.
did really well. But this works well because telescopes were really powerful, but not powerful enough.
I
You
was gonna say
couldn't-
that.
you
I couldn't
couldn't
even imagine.
see-
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure now we have much, like,
Well, we
obviously
do,
now we
yeah,
have much
I've
more
seen,
powerful
yeah.
telescopes, but not that you and I could buy.
No.
Like, we're going to probably buy what they had back then. Not
Right.
even, maybe
Yeah.
even better than what they had.
Well, it would be better, but
back
it
then.
wouldn't. You're still not seeing You're not seeing people on the moon.
Right. But, like, what we've been talking about a lot, sensationalism sells.
It's true.
So,
It's true.
but, so I still don't disbelieve that there's something up there,
Mhm.
especially after hearing your story. Like, holy
Uh-huh.
shit. But obviously, it's not bat-winged creatures.
It's not bat-winged creatures.
Man, your cocktail book
Shit.
would sell really, 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 really,
It
really,
really will.
if we found out there
Yeah.
were bat-winged creatures up there.
Oh my God, with the
With
Bat
the-
Boys.
Huge wingspans.
Uh-huh.
Huge.
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 Except for I just hope that the Bat Boys from my cocktail book, ACOTAR series aren't as hairy, because those look like Very,
They were a little
very
bit
hairy.
fuzzy.
It's not really my thing. It's not my kind of bat boys.
No, I'm not. I don't like the hair.
I need like the handsome, ripped.
Not a Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah, he can have some hair, but just not like that hair.
Not that hair.
Not that-
like fuzzy.
Not like full hair all over.
Yeah.
And abs.
On
It's
his
a little
back.
bit weird.
On his back.
On his all over.
On his everywhere.
Just too much.
Nope. No.
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 Anyways, yeah.
But yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's the creatures.
I'm trying to
on the moon.
decide.
But I still think that there are creatures on the moon.
Okay.
It's just.
I agree.
But I don't know what kind of creatures.
I don't know either. But
Make sure to ask me at the end, like some other thoughts that I'm theorizing.
Why?
Because I don't want to talk about it now because I don't want a tangent.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one that I have is the face on the moon or the face near the moon. Which
Near the moon.
I don't know, and that's the
Near
one
the
when
moon.
I was saying that I was thinking of, and then there's two, but I didn't realize they were two separate things. So the one that is easily debunked
Is it cheese?
it's not cheese.
Damn it.
I wish it was cheese. So if anybody has ever looked at the moon and thought that you saw a face looking back at you,
Yes.
that is an actual thing. It's called, oh God, Pareidolia.
Yeah, it's not so easy, is it?
Yep. Oh, I never said it was. That's why I don't give you a hard time. Let me tell you. So it's basically we are hardwired to see faces places. Like while you
Yes,
will,
I've
you will
heard
see,
of this
yes.
before, and not in this context, but yes.
So we are hardwired to see that. And then if you look at what people say it is, you can see how people are seeing this. However, the counter to this, well, first of all, that's just something that we are scientifically made to do this. But in other cultures, like in Chinese culture, and I can't remember the other one, I have it in my notes somewhere, those civilizations don't claim to see a man on the moon. They claim to see a rabbit. And they are similar hemisphere angle or whatever it is to the moon that what we see.
And is there a reasoning behind it being a rabbit?
No, that's just what they see. That's what they see. That's what they claim to have seen. And so that part is like, okay, and this is just on the moon specifically. So there is a group of people that, say that the moon is fake. It is extraterrestrial. It is a face looking down at us.
It is extraterrestrial.
Well, we know that. But I mean, like, a actual alien face looking at us.
Oh, wait. I've never thought of it from that angle before.
Oh.
How it's like an actual alien looking at us?
Yes.
Like when you're talking about the Twilight Zone, which I watch every New Year's Eve for my entire life, when it's like all these people are like, there's nobody around. And then we find out that they're little pets in some giant alien, or like the marbles. Whoa.
So to play on this more is that something happened in 2024 that took the internet by storm. You may have not seen this, which is why I feel like you. I feel like you. When I say it, I think you will.
I think I just dismissed.
I lied. It was summer 2023, but it went into 2024.
Okay.
Either way.
Okay.
So someone by the name of NCOG posts a video, and they're outside, and they have their phone pointing at the sky. The moon is bright, and just sitting there.
Friday night.
Friday night.
And the moon is bright.
Mm-hmm.
And have some fun, show you how it's done.
That's exactly
TGIF.
it. TGIF, motherfuckers. Yes. So he zooms in on the moon because he swears he sees a face. And everyone in the comments.
I do very, very vaguely remember this.
Yes. So everyone in the comments is like, oh, it's the face on the moon. It's whatever. So he zooms in, and there is a giant face next to the moon. Like it's not on the moon. It is next to it. I have it.
Do you have the picture?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll pull it up in a second. It's hovering there. It's staring down. So everyone explodes in his comments. It's like a huge thing. And all of a sudden it goes everywhere. Okay. So people from Scotland, the Philippines, England, Mexico, and all over the U.S. are pointing their cameras at the sky and seeing the same thing. A massive face sitting right next to the moon. Not the moon, not in the moon, but next to it. Like something enormous was literally crouching down, like looking over. It's almost like the moon was like,
it was illuminating.
Yes, it was illuminating the side of its face, and it's almost like it was holding like its ball, like a magic ball was the moon, like, and it was like up to its face, and it was illuminating half of it. That was just it went dark. So around the time of the September 17th lunar eclipse in 2024, videos started flooding in from multiple countries portraying the giant face. People described it differently depending on who you asked. Some said it looked like a giant face with a crack in the skull, almost like a caricature or a cartoon villain. Others said it reminded them of like a fallen angel, a titan, a watcher. One woman on TikTok said that she went outside with her daughter to check and see if it was still there the next night. Not only was it there, but she claimed it was larger and looking down at the moon like it owned the place. So that's when I say it's like holding it, like it was looking at it like that.
Like using it as a flashlight or something.
So September 2024 was a super moon. And it was a partial lunar eclipse happening at the same time, making
Okay.
the moon appear bigger and brighter than average. More people than usual were outside looking at it and had their phones pointing at the sky. So that is a reason why people are like, so many people are seeing this. It could be something.
Well, and from all over the world.
And all over the world. And that's the part that really gets me. So it's like people, obviously, the pareidolia, whatever I said, where they think they see the face, that's the same thing,
Yeah.
can play into this. The other thought is something extraterrestrial. They're saying that what they're seeing is real, physical, and enormous, something that exists in space and the moon, being a ship, a structure, an entity so massive that it dwarfs human understanding, parked right on the moon, watching us. So there's that.
Just
There's
looking.
also the alien. So the alien part. Okay, so there's an article that I need to go into. Oh, well, it goes into the NASA's history of cutting transmission and erasing tapes, which is what we just talked about, and radio silence at critical moments. They say if NASA won't tell us what footage they accidentally erased, why would they tell us about this?
I mean,
So why would they discuss this? So then here is the other theory. Have you ever heard of Project Bluebeam?
Yes.
Okay. So Project Bluebeam, for those of us, because we haven't discussed it, have we?
No.
Yeah. Is a conspiracy
Jeff
theory.
and I have. That's how I
Yeah.
know about it.
I've heard of it, but yeah. So it's a conspiracy theory that originated in the 1990s, put forward by Canadian journalist named Serge Monast. It claims that global elites, with NASA's help, plan to use advanced holographic technology to stage fake celestial or supernatural events in the sky in order to establish a tolerant world government. The idea is that if you terrify the population with a sky full of impossible things, religious figures, aliens, invasions, ancient gods, and in the resulting panic, people beg for someone to take control, and you manufacture the crisis to manufacture the solution, which we have talked about this basically
That's
like
exactly what's happening. Like,
Literally.
come on. I'm going to tell you about the aliens. They're here.
uh-huh.
We're going to beat them. Don't you worry.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I got to stop doing my
No.
DJT.
Your Keiko McTaco tips? Tits? No, you don't.
Bag
You
of
do-
leaky
you-
elephant
I
vaginas.
think you do a phenomenal impression, and I encourage you to do it more.
I have
Anyways.
so much to say.
I know.
But
That to me was that makes a lot of sense.
But that also pisses me off too.
Well, yeah.
Because we know there's something out there,
Uh-huh.
and then when people make it up,
Uh-huh.
it just discredits the
Everything.
whole thing.
Uh-huh. So basically, according to this theory, holograms would be projected in the sky and tailored to their specific cultural beliefs. So, like, depending on what angle you're seeing it, is that designed to make everyone think that their particular god or their particular nightmare had arrived. So now in 2024, people across multiple continents in countries with completely different cultures and languages all looked up at the same time and saw the same face. So what does that say?
I want to see a picture of the face. Do you have
Yes,
a picture of the face?
I do. So I will show you, but it doesn't look real. Like it doesn't. But when you look at people's video and the amount of people doing it, they all happen to have the same CGI.
But see, here's one where it's more zoomed out,
Mm-hmm.
and you can kind of see it behind. But I feel like that could very easily be. And they're showing it from different angles.
Mm-hmm.
I could see how it could easily be faked.
I can too.
Like-
but also like I can see how it could easily be faked by the government.
Yes. Are you saying faked by the government as in they made everybody see it, or
Like,
they
yes,
put
yes.
these videos out?
No. They made everyone see it. It's the Project Bluebeam theory, which I agree with.
I think it's one of those things where I'd have to see it myself.
I know. I think I believe it, but I also feel like I have to see it myself. I love the thought. Yeah. Yes. It's so
It's
vague.
so vague, and it could be mistaken for so many things.
But when you see it, and you can see how the theory of like that our brains make you think it's a face is there. You can see
then there's that one that's clearly clouds.
that's clouds. Yep. And that to me is.
and then we have
no.
Casey Musgraves.
There. Hang on. Let me get back my thing. Let me see if I have one more article for you. Was it this one? I had one more I wanted to show you, but I don't know if this is right. Oh, yeah, look at this one. That was the first one.
That one's more believable than like that.
That one and that one I think was debunked.
Yeah.
And there's one that looks like it has a crack through it. It looks like a cement face. And they went through and they found these artifacts from somewhere. And it is one of those. They had like a pile of like statue heads, and it is literally that.
It's the same one.
But then it also makes you like, I don't know, was it that person doing it, or again, could it be Project Bluebeam, where they said they're taking it from people's culture, their things.
That's the thing. You say the government is behind something. I can't.
At this point, we've decided you cannot say that it's not true anymore because we've been looked like idiots so many times now. Mm-hmm. They have shown us that they can do the most deplorable things and get away with it.
Oh, save us, Britney Spears.
Is she gonna save us? Oh yeah. Can we go up on her spaceship?
Oh my God!
Oops,
seriously,
I
did it again.
I'm too early on the play with my heart part. Was dancing. Anyways,
That's
so
fine.
there you go. There's the face on the moon, which I went into that, and that is very, to me, like, could be something, but it is.
But
the theory.
that sounds more. The face in the moon sounds more like that something thing where you look for faces.
Where you look for faces, but
because you have craters on the moon.
Yes.
You have different shapes, and what do our brains do? They pick out patterns.
Exactly.
And,
and the other one, it also plays into kind of what you said about the like civilizations on the moon, or that the moon was brought in. They're saying that it's like an alien, like literally they're watching us from the moon, and you can see the face. And that to me was like, I'm gullible, but that to me wasn't. But the face next to the moon thing, and I was like,
there's a lot.
Okay,
but that leads into more of a government conspiracy theory.
Which is where all of my conspiracy beliefs typically come down to, that I don't believe anything the government tells us anymore.
Correct.
If I'm doubting it, it's typically because I don't
believe them all, any of them.
No.
Any of them.
So there's that. Oh, I got 2 for 2 on stumping Meg, or I think making her kind of believe.
Good.
I got
that
2
was
for
good.
You guys, I got 2 for 2. I'm so proud of myself. I really
liked this.
I worked hard on this.
That was good.
I was very.
So now we're going to talk about madness.
You guys, now I want to do an episode where I just stump Meg on things.
Do it.
Episodes where I just get Meg to believe my craziness.
But the thing is the evidence that you have is believable.
Well, because I also know I can't come here with some bullshit that you're going to be
you
like.
can't come here with TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
You can't.
And I made sure I did not. Even though this was a TikTok thing.
That was a TikTok, but there were things behind it.
Yes.
Because Project Bluebeam is separate.
And also, it was not just on TikTok that people were posting about it, but it was a TikTok craze. And I will admit that. That was where I saw it, was TikTok. Yeah.
I remember it now that you say it.
Yes.
I think I more believe it when you talk about Bluebeam.
And that was, so when I saw it,
I don't believe it was an alien.
Well, and when I saw it, I don't know that I actually believed it. I don't know, but I just remembered it was something about the moon. So when we were doing episodes, I was like, I want to look at that. Because I was like, I never really looked into it. I don't know that because I didn't believe it was like giants looking down on us.
No.
Like, I thought that was weird. But then when I read it was Bluebeam, I was like, because that makes sense to me.
Yeah, that does make sense.
And that's
where it's just us all along, which is even scarier. Who are the monsters?
Us.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about lunatics, where we got it was the lunatic soup that did it.
Ugh.
Makes you act a little crazy. What does the word lunatic mean?
Let's go.
It means an extremely irrational, eccentric, or foolish person. We have embodied all of those traits.
I do think that I love the most. We named ourselves the Lunatics. We started this podcast called Lunatic Soup, and then we became Kanko McTaco Tits enemy number 1, calling everyone lunatics. And I'm like,
I am here for it.
I have never wanted to love being a lunatic more.
Right, because what does that mean? You think outside the box.
And also, he thinks we're crazy. That means we're sane.
That means we're sane.
If that man thinks we're crazy, then we're normal.
In
my professional
the
lunatic
whole thing
opinion,
with Taco Tits, and he's feuding with Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah,
all
always.
of that. Naomi sent me a video from Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, I saw it. She sent it to me too.
Yeah. And I'm
Well,
like,
explain it.
oh, he
Yeah.
gonna be mad. It's about resign. It's a medication. Like, go eat your cheeseburgers. Go do this. Go do that. And
it is someone dressed up like him.
and it's like from
so
the back,
good.
like walking into the sunset. And I'm just like, yes, please. And all I replied to Naomi was, ooh, he gonna be mad.
Well, did you listen to I can't remember if you listened to it too, or if the Bashar with
you
her
sent
face?
it to me. Yeah.
Okay, but so I listened to that podcast.
Oh, you
It had
listened
2
to the whole
episodes.
episode? Well, I haven't listened to it yet. I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
When
Well,
I'm
no,
putting up
I lied.
hammock
I have
swing.
half of the second one I'm not done with.
Okay.
But one of the things that he said, or Bashar said, they flat out were like, is Kanko McTaco Tits still going to be president in 2027? Absolutely
I
not.
don't think he will either.
And so, well, I don't think any of us do, so I'm kind of waiting to see what happens.
In 2026, I think it's been...
He said that this is the age of disclosure right now, and that they're saying that we will get to meet or get introduced to the aliens in 2027.
But what are aliens?
Well, we're gonna find out. He says that the person who streams through him, Bashar, because that's not the guy's name, is from a galaxy in a separate
dimension.
Yeah, like I said, but he says it. I don't think he says dimension. I think he says something else. But either way, yes.
Like
but
plane or timeline.
Yeah,
or
timeline. Yeah,
like
whatever.
that.
Astral plane, maybe,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. I don't know. Either way.
I love Bashar.
Me too. So cool.
His name's something Anka.
Yeah, I should know because I just listened to
Not
it.
Paul Anka. That's a singer. What's new, pussycat?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right.
her.
Okay, go
I
with your
got her.
story.
So lunacy is like the moon in language, right? The word lunacy and lunatic comes from Luna, which is the Roman moon goddess. And she was imagined riding a silver chariot across the sky, her light believed to disturb sleep and sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Hippocrates in the 5th century wrote that those seized with terror and madness at night were being visited by the goddess of the moon. So this came into epilepsy, mania, sleepwalking. Anytime anybody showed a trait that was not by the book, you were considered to be affected by the moon.
Okay. I don't feel like that's wrong though. Maybe.
But I mean, okay, being a teacher, being in the schools, if it is a full moon, those kids are acting crazy.
They'd be a little bit out of control.
They're batshit at
Yeah.
that point. And the teachers will all look at each other and be like, "Is it a full moon?" And they all ask me because they know I know.
Yes. I will say again, and I've said this so many times, our bodies are what percentage of water?
A lot.
If-
Was it like 70%
Yes,
or something?
I think it's even higher than that. Maybe, I don't know. But either way, if the oceans and everything is affected by the moon, all the water around us, why are we not? It literally does not make sense.
My only thing is when it's a full moon, what does that matter?
No fucking idea.
Because a full moon is just what's visible.
Well, I
right?
feel like because maybe it's the full power, the full energy of the moon. You're
Okay.
having the full
So it's
amount.
more of an energetic thing because
Yes.
like the moon is always there. It's always the
Yes.
same side of the moon.
Yes.
It's always like the moon rotates, but it rotates in sequence with us, so we're always seeing the same side of it. That's why it was such a big deal when the astronauts flipped around it because for the first time they saw
Seeing
the
the
other
dark
side.
side of the moon. I
dark
almost
side of
did.
the moon.
I almost covered that.
Do you know
The
anything?
dark side of the moon. Okay, I have some notes on it. Maybe
Okay.
I'll grab it. You talk and then
Okay.
keep going.
But any hoodles, it is said to be the reason that people act out
Yes.
in multiple different ways, in multiple different regions, cultures, all
Yes.
of that. It even said that night terrors are because of the moon. Like when the moon is doing its thing,
Yeah.
you are, because we are spiritual beings, right? No matter what we believe, we still are spiritual beings
Yes.
and we connect with the earth and the cosmos in a certain way.
Yep.
And the moon dictates that and
Yes.
like kind of thins the veil,
Right.
so to speak.
Okay.
And that goes to the phases of the moon, which different phases of the moon create different energy, which affects our bodies differently.
Yes.
And the whole earth,
Yes.
basically. In 18th century England, defendants argued that you should have a reduced sentence if crimes occurred under a full moon because of, quote, moon-driven madness. That was an actual legal term that they used and got away with. So if you committed a crime under a full moon, it was argued that it was your fault. You just doing you, boo.
It was
It was the moon.
the moon. Okay. It was a full moon yesterday.
It was. We're still riding that energy.
We
today.
are,
I
yeah.
can feel it.
I can feel
man.
it too. I'm feeling like a good time. All right. Well, Mr. Boo Boo just went and got us our mega martini glasses full of the frosé that I made.
A mega pint.
Jesus. Cheers.
Yes.
So Mr. Boo Boo is now joining us.
Hello, governor.
Babe, you want to say he's going to share a mic with me? Hang on. Do you want to say?
Oh my gosh, so good. She put some watermelon.
Good job. So Meg, tell him what we're talking about real fast.
Lunacy.
We're talking about what the moon does to people, makes them cray cray, or it can.
It does. It does.
So it was actually used as a court dismissal. If a crime happened during a full moon, it's okay. It was moon-driven madness.
Oh, I like that one.
At Bethlehem Hospital in London, patients were reportedly shackled or restrained during certain lunar phases of the moon. I
This
can't
is
take
delicious.
you seriously. She has this martini glass.
As if you don't.
Mine's off to the side. You're
Well-
holding it with two hands. She's holding it with two hands, everybody.
It's a goblet.
Two hands.
How else am I supposed to hold it? If
One
it's,
hand.
It's a
Mega pint.
twofer.
Like a lady.
All right, do it. Show us.
Pinky's
that.
out.
Show us how.
Do you try a sip? It is so good. Now try a sip.
It's a frozen rosé.
You love a rosé. Isn't that good?
Delightful. Yeah. So
Like the 4th of July.
it's like the 4th of July. Makes
should
me want a hot dog real bad.
I shall be making these for the 4th of July.
Patients were reportedly shackled or restrained during lunar phases because of moon-triggered violence
Okay.
in mental hospitals.
Tidal ships. Yeah.
European folklore talks about werewolves, which we have talked about, and that was something that and what we didn't go into too much because we went more into the wolf aspect of
Yep.
it. But was it a wolf or was it a person that was acting mad and they just
Right.
created it into a werewolf? So it was said that during a full moon, crime went up, weird things went up,
Yes.
and that was equated to a werewolf.
Okay.
Wolfish behavior.
Wolfish behavior.
Wolfish
Or
behavior.
Mr. Boo Boo had to leave. He had to report to his parenting.
I had a
duties.
child who needed to be picked up. Having a teenager's not my favorite.
Not the greatest.
No.
It's actually great. I actually
No,
love
it is fun until you're their chauffeur all the time.
All the
At
time.
their beck and call.
So moon triggered madness, and then the werewolf kind of transformed through this because of European folklore. They believed in shapeshifters and nighttime weirdness because everybody's afraid of things that they don't understand at night, right?
Yeah.
And there's this idea that the full moon pulls on human blood and brain because we are over 70% water, right? So when the moon is full and it pulls on the gravitational pull is more on water, it kind of makes us go a little crazy.
It does.
And this creates the classic werewolf trope, which is a human who transforms under the full moon into a beast driven by bloodlust.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
That's insanity.
It is insanity, and it's called lunacy,
And that is
what we are.
what we are. But it is a thing that it is known in hospitals. It is known in
And
when,
this has
when
been
a doctor
throughout history, too.
when a doctor is saying something is happening, that's when I believe it.
Yeah,
a lot is
and there is something to it, but I don't know if we've yet made the correct correlation
Right.
between why.
Yes. The exact
Why is it this way? Because I don't believe that, the full moon turns you into a werewolf. No, I don't believe that.
No.
But what is it, and what is that correlation?
So can I give you my theory that I
Yes.
have? And this is a crazy theory. This is you guys. We're gonna go. This is when Raina is going so far lunatic that this is Raina's really out there.
drink is in the way.
But it's kind of when one of my thoughts, when you're talking about it, this is where my head went. So let's say that your first theory or your first story of that, the moon is placed there by something or someone. Let's say that we are already in some kind of relationship with an alien race of some sort, and they helped us get the moon there.
Sorry.
Who are you sending that to?
Everybody was showing a picture of their drink.
Oh yeah. So what if somehow whatever technology they have in the moon, they make it so it does affect us?
Okay. Like laser
Or-
beams.
Like laser beams, or because I'm a big part of I love astrology. We know this.
Yeah.
And a lot of people use astrology to help them for their wealth, when they invest, when they do things, they do it by a certain
and
cycle.
a lot of really like the Rothschilds and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's a big thing in that. Also, the royal family. There's also a lot. I feel like I could go into a whole thing. Maybe I should do an episode on that. That is mine. But anyways, and I'm like, what if it's hard because it's I want to think that aliens are not the ones that they're trying to protect us from ourselves, which Bashar has said through and through.
And I do think I believe that.
I do too, but what if also we are in some kind of cahoots with them or something else or another thing that where the moon helps them control us to an extent.
Oh. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In a way that we wouldn't understand. I don't know.
We're trying to quantify it scientifically,
Yes.
but it might not necessarily be scientifically.
Who knows? Just throwing it out there.
I mean, and then there's the whole, Truman Show.
I just watched that with my kids.
Love that movie
Literally,
so
we just
much.
they
I probably watch it once a year. I
Well,
love that movie.
So my kids had seen the clips online about it, and so the other night I was like, "Do you guys want to watch it?" And so we turned it on and watched it, and they were glued. They
It's such a good
loved it.
movie.
It was such a good
It's
movie.
such a good
And
movie.
I mean, I love Jim Carrey, so hello.
Right.
But it did make you especially now, stop and think for a little bit. It made you be like,
It is a satellite, if you will.
could be. Anyways,
Interesting.
So that's where my head goes. Is that like could be obviously. I do think that like the energetic pull of I like to think of I hate that theory, to be honest, or me saying that, because I like to think that it is the energy of the universe that helps us.
But maybe
in different
what
ways.
if that's being controlled?
And what if that's being controlled? Or what if that is true, but it is being controlled
yeah.
as well? Like, you know, there's I don't know.
How do you even break free of it?
No, Godspeed. We're here. We're
just gonna keep
according to Bashar, we're here for a human experience.
I don't know how many years I got left in this world.
Guys,
I'm gonna get weird.
If you listen to Bashar, we're basically at Harvard right now. We are at the University for Souls. This is where souls go to learn their hardest lessons. Like if you get to go to Earth, you are here to get fucked up.
My question, follow up.
What
are the other places to go to?
Apparently there are other places.
Really?
There's other planets you can go to.
I have to listen to this episode.
Yeah, you need to. It was such a good episode. For the people wondering, because I didn't say what it was on. Hang on, I will tell you. I have the name of it right now.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes, because it's Mayim
Bialik's
Breakdown is what it's called. And it is, does it have the episode number on it? I don't know. It was released on March 24th and 25th of this year. And it is, his name is Darryl Anka.
Darryl Anka, not
Darryl
Paul.
Anka.
Not Paul.
It's
Daryl.
It's a two-parter.
We love a two-parter.
We do love a two-parter. So that's what it is. And go listen to it because, goddamn.
Yeah.
Well, it had some interesting.
Daryl Anka is just like such a fascinating human. Downhill fast.
You guys, this is going to have to be the last one. I had a little bit of, I have two things we'll talk about. I'll make my first one shorter. This is the one I had. And then I'm going to do a little bit on the dark side of the moon of the stuff that I had. So my original one was the moon stealing your time, or when not the aliens. Oh my God. You guys, this is going to be a struggle because we've had a little bit to drink at this point.
No, we haven't.
Just kidding. Nothing. When the astronauts went around, there was some sort of claim that time changed. Obviously, there is like the...
Well, that's true.
Yes, there is a lot of truth to it.
Yes.
There's theories. There's other things.
Time is relevant.
I'm not explaining this correctly, so I'm going to read what I have, and then we're going to go off that.
You don't understand quantum physics?
I do. No, I don't actually. I do understand. No, the fuck I don't. But there's more to it. Okay, so basically, the moon is not on the same clock as the rest of us.
Correct.
And it's not a conspiracy theory. Any of this, it is basically, it's been published, like it is on a different time clock, which makes sense.
That's
in
like
fucking outer space.
In any other planet, is like time is relevant.
Yes. So in 2024, the White House officially directed NASA to create an entirely new standard time for the moon called Coordinate Lunar Time. Okay? So it runs faster. So if this is true, what we know. So what things in time are we possibly missing because of this? Because it runs on a faster time frame.
Okay.
So like I know that sounds weird, but just like
that's a weird concept.
Here I know it's like it makes your head like you're like, but what? We have the same hours in the day, but we don't. But like
no.
Yeah. But when you think about it, it makes your head.
You and I, looking at what we look at, we think a lot in the abstract. So maybe it's a little bit easier for our brains to. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. I think this is the very wrong one for me to do last because we got to talk about Einstein and about microseconds. And you guys, I literally looked into this one the most, and now I feel like a fucking potato. So here we go. Here we go.
I love potatoes. Potato.
Okay, so here's the real part. Well, I guess we could. We're not going to go into the real part. We know for a fact this because this is the part that we don't need to go into that. So basically, we know time runs faster for them for the moon. On the moon. Time runs faster.
So days are quicker.
Okay.
Right?
So, yes, days are quicker. Everything's whatever. So, for decades, the Apollo missions ran on Houston time, Central Standard Time. The astronauts on the moon synced their watches to mission control in Texas.
Okay.
And that's how it still has worked. Every lunar mission has just used whatever time zone the mission headquarters is in. American missions are in the U.S. time. Chinese missions are in China Standard Time.
I just read Project Hail Mary, so I feel like I understand this a little bit because when he's gone, time is different back on Earth.
I finished it too, and it was that actually
so good.
But I think that's why
so good.
Amaze. Fist my bum. I want to watch the movie. We should
too.
We should ditch kids and go see the movie.
Yeah. Did you just say?
I think we both just had like this reaction of like we could do that.
Wait, we can do that?
We could go see a movie. I'm dying to go see it. I'm dying to go see it.
I want to go see it too, but I didn't know how to make that happen.
I don't know. We just go see it.
Or maybe they're kids are all in school for 6 more weeks. We could go
during the day. We could actually just go during the day. Well, our kids are at school.
Wait, we have free will?
We could do that.
Wait.
I feel like we.
What?
I feel like we have not been using our free will good enough, well enough.
No, because when I'm home from work, I'm cleaning.
Me too. But like, we could just say fuck cleaning.
We could.
And we could just go to the movies.
Because guess what? The cleaning's going to be there no matter what.
We could go to the movies this week. I think we should. Whenever you're off work.
I'm blown away by this.
I am actually too, a little bit. Okay.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, I'm going to continue. But holy shit, free will. It's wild, guys. We didn't know we had it. Okay, so Jesus Christ. So there's no unified lunar time. Okay. So everyone functions
they sync to whatever back home is.
But it is agreed upon that time moves faster on the moon.
Okay.
But it's not whatever. So
how are they gauging that? Are they gauging that by rotations?
I'll be honest, I didn't look that far into it. So
right.
I didn't look into how they're gauging it. I just looked into the theories about like why it's what I'll explain.
Okay.
Potato.
So it's like in Project Hail Mary, they said so many things, and I'm like, oh, yeah. I don't know what the fuck they're
literally,
saying.
I was like, thank God it was an audiobook for me because there's so many weird names that I was like, if I was reading it, I would have given up.
No.
Anyways, okay, blah, 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 blah. So the White House memo from 2024 spelling out that there is need for a coordinated lunar time that specifically cites the risk of navigation and errors mapping inconsistencies that are caused by the mismatch. So well, not that I believe anything the White House says, but they're calling for everybody to come together and agree upon a lunar.
The White House?
The White is calling on everyone in 2024, probably early 2024, to agree upon a.
Well, dipshit didn't come in until 2025.
Oh yeah, then we're good. Yes, so 2024.
I mean, not that 2024 guy was any.
No, but the people running it were different. It was a different the team. It's the team. We know this.
The puppet master.
Okay. So here is where the conspiracy theory shit comes in. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Now that we are here. So peer-reviewed research published on the astronaut time perception found that people in space experience measurable dissertations in how they perceive time.
Okay.
They overestimate short intervals. They underestimate hours. Some cosmonauts have been reported. Some researchers call it time compression syndrome, where the time seems to collapse around them.
Huh?
The cosmonaut described an 8-minute spacewalk feeling like 1 or 2 minutes. So like something that takes a longer time.
Okay.
But we all have had that where it's like something's supposed to take 10 minutes and you're like, oh, that felt like it took that amount of time.
There's that astronaut whose husband is married to Gabby Gifford, the person from Arizona who got shot, remember? So they did a test where one of they're twin brothers, and one of them was in space and one of them was here.
I didn't know this.
And they're like their bone density and their aging was different because he was in space for so long. So they did a test before, so they had a baseline and they were considered equals. And then one of the brothers went to space for X amount of time. I'm paraphrasing this. I don't have notes in front of me.
Right.
But then they came back and there was a measurable difference in the age, the metabolic age of each of the
Which
twins.
makes sense because you're spending this time without the gravity that we have here in a different environment. I mean, again, Project Hail Mary goes into that a little bit.
It's
so good, you guys.
Go read it first. Read it first.
The amount of research the author did to that I'm realizing even doing writing this episode was insane to realize how much he put into how much research he did because it's very accurate.
I'm excited to see
He could have just bullshitted.
He could have.
Did not. Oh. So if you combine that with the perceptual disorientation, so it's not only like
what you're.
So there is the. You guys, I'm struggling. Hang on.
Don't worry, I'm taking pictures.
Good, I hope you are. Take my picture. So the most dramatic documented case of this is Edgar Mitchell, lunar module pilot of Apollo 14. Mitchell walked on the moon for 9 hours, came back, whatever. So he described the rest of his life as a total collapse of his experience of time and self. He called it samadhi, a term from Eastern mysticism meaning a complete dissolution of the boundary between the observer and the observed. He described perceiving the universe, well, quote unquote, the universe as in some way conscious, in a flash experience that felt instant but clearly covered something vast. Mitchell didn't file this away as curiosity. He spent 40 years of his life pursuing it. He founded the Institute of Noetic Sciences and his research organization dedicated the studying of consciousness specifically because of what happened to him near the moon. A PhD from MIT, a trained Navy test pilot, a man whose entire career was built on cold, measurable precision, and the moon broke him and made him be like, that's everything that I've built my life on is not true. Like what he perceived, what happened to him, made him question everything.
But we don't know what happened to him.
So he conducted, you guys, I should have done this one earlier. I was really excited about this one, and now this is not going well for me.
No, you're doing great, sweetie.
Okay, I'm literally reading it word for word, and I'm so glad I just literally copy and
you're
pasted
good.
shit
You're
because
good.
I had bullet points. This is much better for me. He also conducted a secret ESP experiments during the mission authorized by NASA, coordinated with physicists back on Earth, testing whether consciousness could transmit across 240,000 miles of space.
Oh, so he was working with like through ESP. From the moon
To Earth. So ESP is like telepathy.
telepathy. Yeah.
Thank you. I always say it wrong. So Mitchell wasn't alone. Research looking at which Apollo astronauts were most deeply transformed by the moon found that a striking pattern: the commanders who were too busy with the task management to stop and absorb the experience came back largely unchanged. The lunar module pilots, who had more time simply being present on the surface to look around, experienced deep and lasting and sometimes destabilizing personal transformations. The moon did something specific to these people who had time to pay attention.
So wait, this is combining multiple things that we've talked about tonight.
Which is, that's why I was like, I'm actually glad I saved this for
No.
last, but now I'm fucked up. Oh, shit. We shouldn't be drinking.
We're good. It's fine.
Okay. Or can I, do you want me to keep going?
Yes, I do.
I feel like if I
this
don't.
is fascinating.
I know. And that's why I was so excited to show you this part. Okay.
You're fine.
I was working so hard.
You
I worked
did-
so
you
hard.
did.
I'm proud of myself for. I feel like I've given you like your
There's
head.
things that you've said
You
tonight
guys.
that I've never thought
But
of.
this is the kind of shit that I love. I thrive anything with space and like this is like I love this shit that it makes you think that much harder.
Welcome to our new space and,
And
time.
want to know what I
podcast.
think is funny is like you love the history.
Yeah,
I love the like
looking forward.
the looking forward
Yeah.
or the like what's going on, why we're all doing.
But that's why we work so well.
I know it
together,
is. It's
because
just funny because
all-encompassing.
mine. Maybe I got to just start doing more episodes. So we do a combo because it's like the now and the past and the drunkenness all combined. Anyways, all right, here we are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me either. So this is where the conspiracy comes in.
Okay.
That's why I was like, where am I going with this? So if time runs differently on the moon and astronauts were only tracking Earth time while they were there,
Okay.
is it possible that more time passed on the moon during the missions than what were officially logged?
Yes,
Which is very
because
possible.
we know that because of the twins that we talked about.
So the Apollo 11 moonwalk was logged as 21 hours and 36 minutes on the
Okay.
lunar surface.
Okay.
A clock on the moon gains time, blah, blah, blah. The log time was Earth time. What was actually the moon time? No one actually calculated it until now. Well, no. Oh, we still don't have one, but NASA has until 2026 to build it. So NASA's about to build it.
Wait, they've had this since the 1970s. Was it
no.
67? When did this moonwalk take place?
Well, the moonwalk took place in the 60s.
And they're saying it was 21 hours.
And it was 21 hours. But they just recently have realized that
It's different.
that it's a different time is different. And so now they've given them till 2026 to literally produce a lunar clock that the whole world has to agree upon.
I agree with that, though.
Well,
I
so do I,
100% agree
because
with that.
it
So
scientifically makes sense.
But what does that mean? Because what is like there's all sorts of theories that we came from another planet. Like there's this theory that we came from Mars and destroyed that and came to Earth, and now we're trying to go to the moon because we're destroying Earth. So what stipulations does that have if we end up putting civilization on the moon?
Well, let me just read this last little part. So Edgar Mitchell said something near the end of his life that still doesn't have a clean answer. He said the moon didn't just change what he thought about the universe, it changed when he was in it.
Oh.
That out there, removed from every clock, every calendar, something fundamental about time itself felt different. Not broken, just different. He was a scientist.
Okay.
He obviously, like, this kind of shit is not his.
Right.
This is woo-woo stuff, not his thing.
This is philosophy.
Uh-huh. So officially by the government memo and peer-reviewed physics, he's not wrong. So, like, we have that part. So time is different there. The conspiracy isn't that NASA lied about the time on the moon. The conspiracy is for 55 years, everyone went along with the assumption that Earth time was good enough. Nobody asked what happened to the hours that fell through the cracks between the two clocks that don't agree with each other. So, like, what happened between the Earth clock and that clock?
I'm going to give you one more.
Okay.
What do we know about the elites that are trying to regain power? They're trying to live forever, right?
Yes.
Like, that's kind of another conspiracy within a conspiracy.
Yes.
So if there are different timelines on different planets, wouldn't that be within their
1,000%.
realm, like benefiting them? So then they'd want to put money into that. For the first time, humans have witnessed the dark side of the moon.
Uh-huh.
Because they looped around it last month.
Okay. So,
I could be really pessimistic about all of this, but I'm not going to.
yes. Apollo 10. Apollo
So
11 landed on the moon.
Before
right?
we even, yes.
Yes. So Apollo 10 made its way around the moon.
Yeah.
One of the things that the astronauts there, and this is widely, it might be something that's not like as publicly known, but it was widely reported. Like the astronauts said it when they got to the opposite side of the moon, they heard some kind of music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You've heard this.
Yes.
Yes. That they could not.
Well, that's what goes into Hollow Moon a little bit,
Uh-huh.
is the vibrations and the sounds heard, which we're just going to do a whole episode on it because I think we are now a space and time podcast.
Well, do I save this for part of that?
Give
Okay.
us a little bit.
I'm going to give you a little bit. So the dark side of the moon is not actually dark. It gets just as much sunlight as what we see on Earth. Why
It's
we
just
call it the
what
dark
we
side, we
get.
don't see it. We
We-
don't see that side of the
Because,
moon.
again, how we rotate and how the moon
Uh-huh.
rotates, it's always facing the same.
Yes.
Well, the moon sees different parts of us, but we only see the same part of the moon.
Yes. So it's permanently hidden. We don't know what's there. So the near side of the moon and the far side of the moon are dramatically, almost inexplicably different to each other, and nobody really knows why. The near side is the face that we see every night. It's covered in large, flat volcanic plains called Maria.
Mhm.
And the far side is completely the opposite.
Oh.
Cratered, ancient, rugged highlands with almost no Maria at all. The
Highlands?
crust- Yeah-huh,
Are
the
you saying
highlands.
that there's highlands
You're
out
saying
there?
there's some Scottish men over there.
Do they wear kilts?
The crust is significantly thicker on the near side, and the volcanic history is different on both sides. The water content on the mantle is different.
The what?
Water content.
The what?
Water content.
The H2O?
The H2O. Anyways, so
Oh.
China's Chang'e 6 mission is the first ever to return samples from the far side.
Oh,
So there's that. They went over to the far side and they got one.
okay.
And the samples revealed that the ancient volcanic eruptions in the two different phases were 0.2 billion and 2.8 billion years ago. So like one was one and one is the other.
Huh.
So then there's the music. Like that's just like two halves. So they're two different sides. They
But I wonder
two
if
different.
the music is not actually civilization there, but bouncing off of something else in the
Yeah.
cosmos.
So in May 1969, 2 months before Apollo 11, 3 astronauts boarded Apollo 10. They went out there as like the dress rehearsal. They lost contact with Earth, as expected, for about an hour. No signals, no nothing. And then they heard a strange, high-pitched whistling coming through their radio. And the astronaut Eugene Cernan described something just like, he said it's just like from outer space, really. I don't know what the fuck that means. They said, do you hear that whistling sound? Boy, that's sure weird music.
But what do
Who's
you
going
think
to
of?
believe it? Nobody.
What-
Shall we tell them about it? I don't know. We got to think about it.
What do you think of when you hear that? What immediately comes to mind?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
Oh, what?
The Santa Claus 2 when they're
Oh,
flying
yes,
over.
yes. Oh, I don't know. That obviously wasn't what I thought about, but
Guardians of the Galaxy is 10 out of 10. I
It
think
is.
of that every time I go to your mom's.
I know, the best. So basically, everyone on that flight heard it. And that is a big thing of like, why the fuck did they hear it? It has no atmosphere. There's no magnetic field.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that don't make sense.
I think it was bouncing out from something else in outer
Which
space.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So when China's U2 rover went over there in 2019, it spotted something in a smaller crater that it stopped the mission, or it stopped them. Like they had to look. It was a dark greenish gel-like substance glistening, and the team postponed their planned route to turn over and analyze it. The eventual scientific conclusion was that it was an impact milk breccia, a rock fused by the heat of some meteorite strike.
Okay.
So
that substance was from outer space.
Uh-huh.
There's so
They
much.
examined it, and which this is shit that I feel like we don't hear about because it was not
No.
done by the U.S. So they don't tell us that NASA didn't do it.
because
so,
we're the center of the universe.
and because China did it, and so
China.
they hate it. Anyways, there's like a lot. Apparently, there are resources on that side. Helium is over there.
Well, we all know we need that because every time
I
I go
know.
to the Dollar Tree,
we're running low.
they say we don't have any helium because there's a finite amount of helium
Uh-huh.
on this here Earth.
Yep.
How am I going to blow up my balloons?
Come on, you guys. So, yes, there is that. There's a bunch of other things. Well, helium-3 is like the big thing they're saying that it is a big thing between Russia, China, and the U.S.
Good Lord.
So why we never went to the far side of the moon is that for all 6 lunar landings, not one of them touched the far side. Stated the reason was communication, which does make sense. But
Yeah.
why did China do it, but we didn't? I don't know.
But we just went there.
Well, yeah, well, no, but the far side. We didn't land. We didn't land on the far side. So
The land, honey.
I think conspiracy theorists are asking, was communications really the problem? Was it a decision problem because the satellites aren't new? Or is there something more that is going on over there?
So we're supposed to land on the moon in 2028. So in 2 years, right?
Mhm.
I think it is.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if we plan to go to the other side.
I don't think this says it doesn't... I don't know. We'll see. Basically, it just says their 2 halves of the moon are profoundly different.
Yeah.
And
Which is so strange because our Earth is all different, but it's not like
not profoundly different
it's
like
not
this
like
is.
that.
Yep. So there you go. They're saying it could be budget constraints. It could be that kind of stuff, but it could...
Oh, it all goes down to money.
I don't believe any of it. I believe that the dark side of the moon could be fuckered up over there. There could be some shit over there. Maybe one of those civilizations is over there.
Maybe the winged people.
Or maybe it's the flip side is where all the aliens are controlling it. They're like back there, like, the gears in Men in Black when it's like the alien and they're controlling the heads. Yeah, it's on the other side of the moon.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you learned something today about the moon.
I know. I think I really made your head tick today and it really made me proud.
You did. That whole shit, how we just lost. I had I never heard that before. And I'm like, what the hell?
That is the one that I feel like I want you to Google, but that one I found numerous news articles.
No, I
and it was
believe you.
Legit.
I believe you. I'd never heard that before.
So I had, and that was like always something that stuck in my head of why I didn't believe it's real. And then when I went the deep dive of the videos, I was like, okay, I can get rid of that as like, nah, I still don't think it. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I'm a believer more than ever that that if we did go there, we didn't see the real thing.
That I can get behind. I know I am more pessimistic in the grand scheme of things, but that one
I can get behind
that
because
one.
I'm not saying we didn't go.
No, I think we
Fully-
100% went. I'm just not
We
sure
moon
if
landed.
what we know about what we went for
Yes.
or what we
Whether
what
we
got.
saw the real thing is not or
Right.
is true or not, okay. But whether any of it is like the whole thing, there's so much to it that I feel like is big questions.
Yeah.
Big questions
Big
all around.
questions.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. There you
Wow.
go.
Let
Well,
us know what you think.
Shit, you guys.
And if you've been here from the beginning, there's a few of you that have been here for a long time.
Way too
and
long.
You know who you are.
Shannon and Tex
And our friend M.
and M. Yes, and Elise
And Elise.
and Sausage.
And Sausage.
They're all of our friends that we know of. There's
Yes.
other people who listen to us
There's
religiously,
other
but
people,
yeah. Well, I mean, a lot. We see the numbers, so they're there.
Yeah. We appreciate each and every one
All of you guys. Thank you guys for sticking with us for so long. And if you're a new listener, thanks for tuning
we're not
in.
stopping anytime soon.
No, we're
we
gonna-
might have some days where we're like, shit, we didn't get to an episode this week.
But we still do it. We both make the effort, and
we
we're both
try.
excited about it. We are celebrating today. We're about to go take our 3-year pictures.
watch out for them.
Really watch out because now that we've consumed the
She's
amount of
gonna
alcohol.
get me in a dress again, you guys.
Guys, seriously, thank you for 3 years. We've
you for 3
enjoyed
years.
every fucking second of this. Like,
It is our reprieve
it is. It gives us our like.
from this crazy world.
Well, it gives us a reprieve, but then it also makes me think way too hard about this crazy world that I'm already thinking about.
But I think the unknown is more comforting than what we know.
And I think that this podcast came to us in a season of life when we both needed it and didn't realize it. So as in like everything that when we started this, I could have never predicted where the world was going to go.
No, and
so
I think
where
we
we
needed
are
this time
3
to
years
chat.
in
Yeah.
to chat and actually like dissect.
Agreed.
We were like, we'll cover conspiracy theories. And now I'm just sitting here like, what's a conspiracy theory? Because holy shit,
what's the
everything
difference?
seems to
About
actually
3
be
months.
Yeah, 3 months. There you go. Anyways, not everything, but some.
Yeah. And I think the big thing is that we just keep an open mind and not everything is closed off.
You just can never
You never
You never know what's around the next corner, the
Correct.
next day, the next 24 hours,
Correct.
Earth or lunar.
Seriously, you
Mind
guys.
blown.
Yes.
All right. Well, you guys, happy May 4th, happy May 5th. I hope you guys celebrated Cinco de Mayo, and May the 4th be with you, all of the things. And
Enjoy spring.
yes, remember, in this crazy world,
You just took my line.
that's just kidding. Just you do it. Wait, make sure you go and get yourself some lunatic soup.
And remember, in this batshit crazy world,
It's good to be a lunatic.
goodbye. Thank you for 3 years. I think I can only play 30 seconds of this. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.